So we continue. You've heard the reading. You've had a moment of feeling the evocation for the service. In some way, shape, form, or another, you've heard maybe not these particular words, but you've heard it is what it is. That the presence, the power, the love, the joy, the intelligence, life itself, it is what it is. And it never is what it isn't. Doesn't change its nature, doesn't compromise itself, doesn't work against itself. It is what it is, life itself. And as we begin to come into the art and the science, the practice of meditation, we begin to know this as an insight. We transcend believing it. Merely believing it does not bring about the fruitage of the Spirit, the fruitage of unfolding, expanding awareness. It's a good start. But believing is only for the purpose of encouraging us to have a level of practice. Practice provides insight. Insight provides embodiment. Embodiment provides a lifestyle change. A lifestyle change ultimately becomes a way of living. So you may start with your believing, but you can't stop there. There has to be some level of practice. Here at the Agape International Spiritual Center, celebrating our 38th year yesterday, November the 30th was the actual birthday of Agape. We had our very first service on November the 30th, 1986. And so for these past 38 years, we have been a practicing community. Sometimes they called us the Sufi end of New Thought because of our celebratory spirit, because of our going beyond the confines of fundamentalism, even in New Thought, and opened ourselves up to the living and the practicing of mysticism, oneness with God, not merely staying within the realm of making things happen with our mind, but celebrating our way, meditating our way, visioning our way into an awareness that our life is indeed the life of God. Oneness, as the reading indicated, indivisibility, undivided from the whole. Again, all of this is wonderful explanation, but without the practice of meditation, which is fundamental, affirmative prayer, fundamental, then we're merely memorizing words and saying that we are true believers of something. And so, what is meditation? Last number of years, I've said in substance that meditation is paying undistractable attention to that which is real. That there becomes a moment or moments in which you're able to pay attention to the ineffable, invisible, beautiful presence of life, of love, beauty, intelligence that's everywhere. And that your attention is not caught up in the passing phenomena that's passing through your awareness and identifying with it. There becomes a moment in which you absolutely see, not with your eyes, but you see with that consciousness that created the eyes, that life and the beauty and love and intelligence and abundance and more than words can say is everywhere, and your life is an emanation of it. There becomes a moment when that occurs. And that's called an insight. And in that moment, time no longer exists. Time is a mental construct that's created by the measurement of the distance between objects and the duration of a thought form that becomes an individual's experience. When we realize there is no distance between anything, that's an optical illusion because we're all emanating from the source of all creation and the center is everywhere. So in truth, there is no distance. It only looks that way. And when the experience of thinking ceases, there's no time. So in that instant, the eternal breaks into time, shatters it in your awareness. And you become aware that you are a timeless, immortal being. And from this level, this awareness, the hurts and the wounds and the misperceptions of life begin to disintegrate. They begin to dissolve. I've said for many years that God is not a problem solver, but in God consciousness, problems dissolve. God cannot solve a problem that does not exist in the mind of God. But as we expand our awareness, that which looks like a problem dissolves. For what is a problem? The word problem means emblem. So a problem is emblematic of content in consciousness. Ways that we misuse the law, things that we believe that aren't so, that we've created as our laws, hurts that have not been forgiven. So when in an instant or over a protracted period of time, we have an insight into our real nature and our real being through spiritual practices, time dissolves and we realize there's a part of us, our essential self, our super soul self, our higher self, that's never been hurt, harmed, or endangered in any way. Never. And we start to more and more identify with who we truly are, less and less identify with the experiential self created by time, and you become a free being. And then what happens? You get to use time and space as a canvas to paint with the eternal colors of your soul. Distinct units of infinite potential we get to paint with enthusiasm and love and peace and harmony and joy and beauty according to our uniqueness, and we use time and space as a great canvas. And then we're there in our gallery, so to speak, but we're of a higher dimension, a higher frequency. Now, there used to be a thought that people would have to go many lifetimes in order to wake up to their real nature and being. And that was the law for people, and it was a time in which, of course, the density of thought, of materialism was so dense that, people had to go sit in caves for years and years to wake up. And fortunately, a couple of things have occurred. We've had individuals like Gautama the Buddha, Jesus the Christ, Zoroaster, Walter Russell, wonderful people, Kuan Yin, who have awakened and created an imprint within the noosphere of the planet. And then the planet itself has become more conscious and is evolving and unfolding to a greater capacity. So you have individuals who have waken up. You have the planet who's waking up. Things have speeded up in that particular way. So you don't need to take a whole lot of lifetimes. Why wait? In one lifetime, you can wake up. In one lifetime with dedicated, sincere spiritual practice with an intention to do that, with an intention to wake up. So that everything else is added, you can begin to live a life of unbotherability. You can begin to live a life of dynamic peace. You can begin to live a life of sharing your giftedness. Just imagine for a moment, you've arrived on earth. You've taken a human incarnation for the express purpose of giving gifts. Just think about that for a second. You've come here to give gifts. Your psychology changes. You can't be hijacked by materialism, pseudo power, accumulating of stuff. No, you've come to share. And, with every level of practice in which you have an insight into reality, you're making a deposit into your soul. But check this out. God made the first deposit in you, your life. So you're starting with everything already. Deposit has already been made. And every time you have an insight and share, you're adding to that deposit, which means this. When you go through the vicissitudes of life, you have deposited so much that you can move on through it. You make no deposit, you act from lack, everything just bothers you, scares you. You become wimpy. As if, a lot of the American society has become very wimpy over the last number of years. Everything scares them. I'm a survivor of this and that. You are stronger than you think you are if you're coming from your spiritual nature. It changes your whole psychological aspect of living. And so the initial deposit has been made. You're increasing the dividends on that deposit by spiritual practice so you can withstand the vicissitudes of life because you're not living from an empty aspect of life. No, you're full. All you need to do is begin to think like this. Spiritual practice, insight, revelation, embodiment, way of living. Don't wait for your next lifetime. That was an old superstitious thought that Jesus got rid of. This lifetime, wake up and be joyful, celebratory, a soulful artist, painting with the colors of your soul. And then watch as you operate from a different viewpoint, different vantage point of the sacred law. And more gifts flow through you to share. And the more you share, the more you have. That's the mysticism. The more you give, the more you have. That's the mysticism. The more you love, the more love you have. That's the mysticism. I better stop now. But I'm just thinking about the widow who goes to the prophet after she lost everything and her husband died and she was in great debt. And the prophet just simply said, what do you have in your house? She was lamenting, I don't have anything. I'm going to be thrown out of the house. I'm going to be homeless. What shall I do? He said, what do you have in your house? And she had oil. She had a cruse of oil. She began to pour the oil, began to sell the oil, and that cruse of oil never ran out. It's a mystical tale about once you give, you always have more to give. Once you love, you always have more. You have love. Once you are a peacemaker and a peacekeeper, you live a life of peace. We are joy babies here at Agape. We're joy babies. We don't deny the world of appearances and the vicissitudes and the ups and downs and the polarization and all the stuff that's happening in the world of phenomena. But we see through it to that which is untouchable by time, pseudo power, and we run with the real power. I want you to join us. Let's sit. This candle has no fire, so I want you to just feel the fire of your own soul. And imagine you are the light that lights up every being that comes to the planet. Because that is the truth. Close our outer eye, we put our hands facing down as a sign of being a descended master. That is, we have everything and we're bringing it to earth. We're not trying to leave earth, not trying to escape from the human condition. No, we are bringing into this condition more peace and more love and more harmony, more joy, more creative enthusiasm, more real spiritual power, potency. We're bringing it to earth. So as we turn inward taking our attention away from the world of effects and appearances and circumstances. We establish ourselves as intentional beings. We intend in this instant to wake up to our glorious nature. We are the light that lights up every being that comes to the planet. We are luminous. We are waking up to this. That's our intention. Awake thou that sleepeth. That Christ's presence within you as you may give you life. Our attention is pulled towards our intention. Our attention is always pulled by our intention, but sometimes we have an intention deficit and we're intending things that we don't want to happen unconsciously. But not now. We're intending to wake up. That's what we're feeling, and that's what we're seeing with our attention. And our breath at the body temple is activating right now. Oh, it's happening presently, so we're aware that the body's breathing. We're not doing anything. We're not doing pranayama. We're not doing anything to the breath. We're just aware that the body's breathing, keeping us present. The inner listening capacity is increasing because there's a broadcast of the sacred word saying, let there be life everywhere, and we're hearing that word with our ear beyond the ear. We listen, the whole being. And we sit now. As if this is the very first time we've ever practiced the art and the science of meditation. mindful of your attention for another moment or two. Things may be passing through your awareness, thoughts and opinions, fictitious conversations, fantasies, worries. Oh, just let them pass on through. They've come to pass. You could witness them without interfering. They're just thought forms emanating from personality construct. But what's watching? The onlooker is the real you, pure awareness. And with your full awareness, send your mind on a hunt for something to be grateful for. Anything at all. Allow yourself to bask in the feeling tone of gratitude. Let this be your attitude and your spiritual altitude. So grateful, so grateful, so grateful. And in this awareness of gratitude that keeps expanding as we keep paying attention to it, we recognize the spiritual realm that is everywhere. We're surrounded by the presence, steeped in it. Our life is it. We're one with it. And from this consciousness of oneness, the vibrational word that is spoken is a word that is a law unto itself that only knows its own unfolding. Does not tarry with yesterday, obstacle, hindrances, time or space. It only knows itself. Spoken with the authority of one knowing that all that there is God. And everything that truly is a manifestation of the only thing that is. I speak this word for each and every one of us, that divine spiritual liberation, moksha, freedom, reigns supreme. Wholeness and well-being is the order of our day. Abundance and all needs met ripple from the depth of our being and outpicture itself as everything necessary, every legitimate need being met with ease and with grace. And that divine wisdom and guidance that's always speaking, we now hear. We're prone to hear it and be guided in a language and in a way that only we can understand, compelling us into right speech and right action. Today is a good day. This is the day the Lord has made. The great law of life compelling us to rejoice in it. And so we do. We rejoice that life is for us and there's nothing against us. We give thanks and we allow it to be so. And so it is. Even now. Amen and Ashe. Slowly open our eyes. If we're with friends, family, colleagues, we just bow to each other and say, now so be it. You may be the vibration of the Most High. Amen. Thank you so much for joining with us here at the Agape International Spiritual Center in our Way of Meditation service. And whoever you're with, some of you are doing watch parties and things of that particular nature. So there's so many of you around the globe stopping at this particular time, whatever your time zone is, and coming into the timeless. Welcome home to yourself. This is our opportunity to support our spiritual community and to activate our code of generosity as we are generative beings. So we live to give. You know, it begins by giving to live until a switch happens in us, and then we live to give. Some of you are once born souls, and you just came to the plan. You were givers. Some of you had to learn it. Regardless, here we are at this particular crossroad of life. You at Agape, you get to practice giving right now, which primes the pump of your permanent prosperity. You can give this way. You can take your mobile device, and you can you can text the word give to 424-321-6243. You can do that right away. Text the word give to 424-321-6243. It'll take you right into the portal of Agape International Spiritual Center. There you will choose the amount you're going to give today, and you can even set it up to give on a regular basis so Agape becomes a part of where you give on a regular basis. If, in fact, you would like to mail in your donation, you're somewhere on the planet, even if you're off planet, we will accept whatever. Send your donations to Agape International Spiritual Center. Checks and money orders made out the same way to Agape International. Send it to 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. USA, if you're outside of the country. You can do that right away. Whenever you send your tithe, your gift, your offering, your donation, it always arrives on time. They used to call it snail mail. We call it on-time mail. Send yours in right away. If you'd like to go directly to our website, perhaps you're watching us right now on our YouTube channel, or maybe on our Facebook page. You can go to your computer, or maybe you're already on it, or your mobile device, and you can go to agapelive.com. That's our website. You'll find a lot of good information there. But there's a donation banner. As you click onto that donation banner, once again, choose the amount you wish to give today, and it appears as though you're checking out from Alice's Quiet Mind bookstore, but you're really checking in to your inner dynamic prosperity, setting something in motion for the support of this community and for the support of your permanent prosperity. Those are the three ways to give. Today, if you're here in the sanctuary, there's a couple people here. If you want to write a check or a money order, or you brought a money order, the ushers are at the back of the sanctuary with the basket to receive your gifts. I'll be right back, and Reverend Julie Moret is going to come forward and highlight some of the wonderful things happening at Agape.
Good morning. We've got a couple highlighted announcements for you today. You can visit agapelive.com for more information and to find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times listed are Pacific time. Tune into Reverend Michael's Take Back Your Mind podcast. This week, Rev welcomes human design expert, master coach, behavioral specialist, and host of the Human Design Project, Emma Dunwoody. And on Friday, check out the next episode of the Take Back Your Mind life question of the week, How to Face the End of a Marriage. Finding courage to honor your truth without causing harm. You can watch or listen to Take Back Your Mind and the Life Question of the Week with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to receive alerts when new shows drop each Wednesday and Friday. This Tuesday, laughter yoga, Zooms at 6 p.m., facilitated by Agape practitioner Martin Weech. On our website, you can click the banner to register. No experience is necessary. And Freedom Path Ministry Zooms this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Release any sense of addiction, old beliefs, or attachments. Go to the website, click on the Freedom Path banner at the top of the page for more information and to register. This is a gift to the community, and all are welcome. Action Agape co-hosts our annual toy drive, Project Angel Wings, with Children's Life-Saving Foundation, supporting the unhoused and underserved children. You can bring new unwrapped toys Sunday, December 8th through Sunday, December 22nd to the boxes in the rotunda before and after the 11 a.m. service. You can make a big difference in a child's life, so bring a gift to give. Next Sunday, join Reverend Michael and the Youth and Family Ministry for Youth Sunday. This spectacular Sunday service features guest speakers Yolanda Renee King, youth activist and the granddaughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, as well as the author of the children's book, We Dream a Dream. We Dream a World. We Dream a World. I have the book. It's wonderful. You don't want to miss this extraordinary wisdom, insight, and creativity from our Agape youth Sunday, December 8th during the 9 and 11:30 a.m. service. Reverend Michael and his partners at Nutrize are enthusiastic to share a groundbreaking development from AdaptoZen, introducing Elevate Mushroom Complex and Elevate Plus, organic fermented mushrooms, their latest innovation designed to elevate your mind, body, and spirit to new heights. These products are based on the mushroom supplements Reverend Michael takes for immune system, brain function, gut health, and longevity. Just take one look at him. You know this stuff works. And they were created as a transformative step forward in your holistic wellness. Visit Nutrize.com and choose AdaptoZen to elevate your health and get your superfood greens and D3K2 today. The So Be It Union, featuring Kilu, Jen Johns, and Damon Turner, is back. Join them for a celebration of dancing, delicious food, and pure fun, hosted at Mercado La Paloma, 37th and Grand in South LA. Be there. It is today from 3 to 8 p.m. Lots of wonderful things. Pick what's yours and jump in. Many blessings to you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. As you are in the process of giving, perhaps you've given already, let's stop and give thanks in this moment of prayer, of thanksgiving. We give thanks that we're living not only from the overflow, we're giving thanks we're giving thanks that we're living from the field of abundance individually and as a spiritual community. We bless the offerings, whether we call it a tithe, a gift, a donation, or a spiritual offering. We bless it all, knowing that it is transmuted into ministries, programs, projects, staff, equipment, and everything necessary for the fulfillment of the divine ideal of Agape International Spiritual Center. It's happening now, and so it is. Amen. Don't leave. One more thing before we do our benediction. I want to call forth our very own Reverend Dr. Coco Stewart, who's been with me for all of these 38 years, as she was a part of our original Vision Corps as we began this particular community. Many of the other visionaries have gone out. Reverend Eunice Chalfant has her own community in Palm Springs. Reverend Joan Stedman has gone out. She has her own community in Oakland. There's a number of people. Dr. Naima Pal is a medical doctor. She's out doing great work. Many of them gone on and done great things around the planet, and many of them have transcended into the next dimension and are the ancestors of Agape. Coco's still with me. I'm so grateful. Anyway, she's going to give you another opportunity to share in our grand dream of Agape.
Reverend Michael, I do have one historic moment to share that's perfect for this. So what were you doing 38 years ago plus one day? I know right where I was at the service at the Santa Monica Women's Center, yes? Yes.
A women's club.
Yep. And after serving with the little babies in children's church, back in their huge women's restroom they had, there was room for everybody. And after serving, I was walking down the aisle with Akili Beckwith taking the offering. So it's really interesting that this is what I'm doing here today. It's so powerful in this sacred moment to be here to celebrate these 38 years and to celebrate our magnificent founder, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, whose living vision to bring forth the power of his soulful commitment to the energy of unconditional love. He is unwavering in this, absolutely steeped in it, and is the leader and the guide for all of these years. And guess what? We're keeping on going. There's more for Agape to do. There's more from Reverend Michael to do, but we have our part in that we now have an opportunity to financially fund this. So I've been here all along. I've been a part of the group that has, and over the years, I have increased my giving with tremendous joy and profound gratitude. So you want to think about that this is an opportunity to contribute to the living vision of loving presence that Agape is, and to go forward as we continue to elevate and expand that in ways of wonder, in ways of joy, in ways of awe. And I'm going to tell you the ways that you can give. I want you to be still for a moment, perhaps, and consider and contemplate all the gifts. As you may know, for me, there's so many. Changed my life, saved my life, my family, so many people I know. So it's with great joy that the power of giving fulfills itself in me. So think about that we have magnificent visions that we're taking forward, and now is the time. Every time Reverend Michael says we're just beginning, that is no joke. And I, for myself, feel that profoundly, that this is the moment that all of this came to be for right now, for you and for the planet. So the ways you can give. For those who are either here in person, for any of our love streamers, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, live community, you can click on the year-end banner on our homepage at agapelive.com. So you can go to the homepage. It's right there. It's a safe, secure website. And you know that you can never outgive God. So you want to be conscious. What is the world that I want to live in? As Rev says, you want to give something into the universe. So whatever it is, you're creating an actual pathway for it to fulfill itself by your giving. You can give using text to donate. You text your dollar amount and the word anniversary to the number on your screen, 424-321-6243. And I encourage you to be powerful, to be masterful in your giving, even as Reverend Michael has allowed us all to grow into that. We always have something to give, and we absolutely let that magnify our soul's purpose for being on the planet. Yes, Agape? Yes. Thank you so much, Reverend Michael.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. And if you're mailing it in, put the word anniversary as well, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156. So these are your anniversary gifts. They're over and above your normal giving that you give on a weekly basis. This is a little bit extra, celebrating our anniversary, and for some of you, it's your year-in giving, so that you're giving to your spiritual community and not giving excess to Uncle Sam, because who knows, it's probably going to build a bomb or something. We're going to build peace. So make sure that you put anniversary and share your gift over and above your normal giving. Thank you, Reverend Coco. I do remember that memory of you and Akili walking down and taking the offering. Reverend Coco ran our youth our little kids ministry at that time. And I remember those good days, and they're still good. All the days are still good. So let's turn within right now and give thanks for the overflow of good that's flowing into the Agape Spiritual Center right now, this anniversary gift, this birthday gift, this year-in gift. We give thanks for whatever it is we have to give. There is nothing too small. Nothing. Don't think whatever you have to give is too small. Give it. Because a lot of small gifts make a big gift. We give thanks for this, and we allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. And for those of you who are of means and can give a lot, don't hesitate. Give that as well. So anyway, that's it. Let's all stand where we are, have a moment of benediction with this song. I forgive me, knowing that forgiveness of 70 times 7 is a way of life, frees us from the limiting obstacles within our awareness that keeps the flow from overflowing through our life. Now is the time to let go of all the shame, to come out of the blame game. We begin to see anew. We're prepared, vibrationally ready for a great change, a great transformation, a great participation in our own unfolding. We mind our own business and we work on our own unfolding. I forgive me. I forgive me. I forgive them. I forgive her. I forgive he. I forgive they. Everything that I've been holding on to. Oh, we just let it go. We surrender. We surrender. We're prepared inwardly for a great change, a great metamorphosis, a great spiritual, uplifting, progressive mutation from glory to greater glory. Oh, we give thanks for this and we allow it to be so. Blessing this service and the services to come, we allow the great God of the universe to have its way through and as us today and always, and so it is. Amen. Peace and radical blessings to all of you. Our next meditation service will begin at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. And the next worship fellowship celebration service will begin at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then 11 and 11:30. Come on up to Agape. Peace and blessings.